Welcome back to USA News Hub. Here, we bring you the latest updates, highlights, and breaking news from the world of sports. Stay tuned as we dive into today's top stories and key moments you don't want to miss. The Dodgers' $182 million ace Blake Snell does Sandy Koufax impression in MLB playoffs. Blake Snell shocks everyone with epic Sandy Koufax impression in MLB playoffs. Astonished face trophy. Stay tuned as we dive into today's top story, a masterclass performance from Los Angeles Dodgers ace Blake Snell, who just did his best Sandy Koufax impression in the MLB playoffs. It was a night to remember in Milwaukee. The Brewers gave the home fans some flashes of brilliance, including a magical defensive play that will be replayed for years. But at the end of the night, the spotlight belonged entirely to one man, Blake Snell. This was his game. His stage. His moment in baseball history. Snell delivered one of the finest postseason pitching performances ever as the Dodgers edged out the Brewers, 2-1, in Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. From his very first pitch, Snell was in complete control, leaving fans, teammates, and even opponents in awe. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts called it as good as it gets in the postseason. He added, "You're not going to see too many performances like that. This was special." And special it was. Snell faced the minimum 24 batters in 8 innings. He retired the last 17 batters he faced, and not a single ball left the infield. That's right, not one. The Dodgers outfielders could have been sipping sodas for all the action they got. The only blemish on Snell's night came in the 3rd inning, a single from Brewers' third baseman Caleb Durbin. That lone hit was all that stood between Snell and baseball immortality. Even so, the Dodgers ace still made history, becoming the first pitcher in postseason history to allow no more than 1 hit, no walks, and record at least 10 strikeouts in 8 shutout innings. He joined a legendary list of pitchers: Don Larson in 1956, Bill James in 1914, and Chief Bender in 1910. As the only ones ever to face the minimum number of batters through 8 innings in the postseason. Brewers manager Pat Murphy couldn't help but tip his cap, saying, "That was the most dominant performance we've seen in 10 years. Snell was unbelievable." And the stats backed it up. The Brewers never came close to mounting a rally. Snell threw 103 pitches, and the Brewers swung and missed 22 times. His changeup was pure magic, 23 thrown, 14 misses. Dodgers first baseman Freddie Freeman was left speechless. He said, "I can't remember a game this good from the start. It was a masterpiece tonight." And when a veteran like Mookie Betts calls it electric and lights out, you know it's something special. When Snell finally left after 103 pitches, the Dodgers turned to rookie Roki Sasaki to close it out. The Brewers managed a small push in the 9th, loading the bases, but Sasaki struck out Bryce Turang to end it, sealing the Dodgers' Game 1 win. Turang later said, "It felt like the ball was disappearing once it got to the box. He was throwing every pitch for a strike." Center fielder Sal Frelick added, "He executed everything perfectly. We've faced a lot of good pitchers, but he didn't give us a single good pitch to hit tonight." Snell's command and confidence have been building for weeks. Since September 10th, he's posted a 0.68 ERA over 6 starts, giving up just 15 hits in 40 innings with 56 strikeouts. According to Optastats, he's the only pitcher in history to go 5-0 with a sub-1.00 ERA, 50-plus strikeouts, and 15 or fewer hits allowed over a 6-start span since ERA became official in 1913 this postseason. He's looked like Sandy Koufax reincarnated. Snell is 3-0 with a 0.86 ERA, allowing just 6 hits while striking out 28 batters across 21 innings. He's given up a run in only one of those innings, and retired the side in order 16 times. Hard to believe this is the same Blake Snell who, before signing his 5-year, $182 million deal with the Dodgers, had never lasted more than 5 2/3 innings in any of his 10 postseason starts. Now, he's gone at least 6 innings in every game this October, as Snell himself put it. In the postseason, if you dominate and do great, no one can say anything. That's the best feeling, proving yourself right. And for fans, the moment that summed up the night came in the fourth inning, a play straight out of a baseball blooper reel. With the bases loaded, Max Muncy hit what looked like a grand slam to center field. Sal Frelick leaped, brought it back, and chaos followed. The Dodgers froze thinking it was a catch, then ran too late, and Milwaukee turned a wild double play at home and third. Even with that bizarre moment, Snell never lost focus. He simply smiled, walked back to the mound, and kept dominating. From start to finish, it was a masterpiece: power, precision, and pure poise under pressure. For Dodgers fans, it's a reminder of why the team invested big in their ace. For baseball fans everywhere, it was a night to remember, a performance worthy of the legends, Milwaukee. There was the Milwaukee Brewers' magical defensive play Monday night that no one has ever witnessed in a postseason game. There was Los Angeles Dodgers first baseman Freddie Freeman tormenting the Brewers again with a towering home run and a double. There was former Dodgers closer Blake Trinan coming in to rescue the kid who took his job. But, in the end, it was all about Dodgers starter Blake Snell. This was his game. This was his piece of history. Snell, in one of the finest playoff performances ever, put on a pitching clinic for the ages in the Dodgers' 2-1 victory over the Brewers in Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. He was in complete control from the first pitch to the last, leaving both sides believing they've never seen anything like it. "This is as good as I can remember in the postseason," Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said, "against a very gritty team. You're not going to see too many performances like that, certainly in the postseason." This was pretty special. Snell not only faced the minimum 24 batters in 8 innings, but also he retired the last 17 batters without a single ball leaving the infield. Not one single ball. The Dodgers outfield could have spent their time sipping adult beverages while Snell was on the mound. Only Brewers third baseman Caleb Durbin's third-inning single prevented him from possibly joining Don Larson in the 1956 World Series as the only ones to pitch a perfect game in the postseason. Snell still became the first pitcher in postseason history to allow no more than 1 hit, no walks, and strike out 10 or more batters in at least 8 shutout innings. He is only the 4th pitcher to face the minimum number of hitters through 8 innings, joining Larson, Bill James in the 1914 World Series, and Hall of Fame pitcher Chief Bender in the 1910 World Series. "The kid is incredible," Brewers manager Pat Murphy said. "I think it's the most dominant performance against us. I've been here 10 years. The kid was amazing. Snell was unbelievable. We couldn't get anything going." The Brewers never even sniffed a rally during Snell's 8 innings. He threw 103 pitches, and the Brewers swung and missed 22 times. He threw 23 changeups, and the Brewers swung and missed 14 times. The best postseason pitching performance they've ever seen. That's all for today's update on USA News Hub. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest sports news and highlights from around the world.